I made a couple of $100 with Invax. I only have 12 shares, and I'm beating myself up about it because I knew the innovation. I know the information that I had with Invax that I should have bought a lot more shares. I mean, I could have simply, if I would have bought 24 shares when Invax was in the 20s, like $25, $26 a share, that I could essentially made a lot of money. But messing around, I was playing it safe doing options, and I won't really say playing it safe doing options because I made $400-$500 with Novax over the course of a month now, just doing options and buying individual stocks. But this whole time, I'm like, I know that they're been approved for COVID-19 testing, and I still didn't go out and buy more shares, which I should have, but I didn't. Money changes you. Anybody who tells you that money does not change you, they are a liar. If you had any sort of money, none of you could go on vacation. But now that you have the money to go on vacation, you go on vacation and you have a blast. Before then, you was either using your credit cards, being in debt. When I mean money changes you, I don't mean the availability of credit. I mean like hard cash in your account. Hard cash in your account. That's what I'm talking about. Like you actually have the money. And what I've learned is when people say, oh, money doesn't change me, I stay the same, etc., that is an absolute lie. Because my life is vastly different than when I was growing up in Southeast DC when I was a kid, when I didn't know what my meal was going to come from. Now, when you have a substantial amount of money or you're taken care of, so to speak, you don't really care about when your next meals come from because you know you can go out and get food whenever you want. But there's millions of Americans still trying to figure out when their next meal is going to come from, how they're going to pay their electric bill, their utility bills, how they're going to pay their rent and mortgage. Money changes you. And if you don't believe that money changes you, do me a favor. Donate all your money and see how your life changes. You see what I'm saying? Some people would like to keep it real or keep it street or keep it gangster. Let me tell you something. When I look at rappers, entertainers, people who didn't have money, who came up for nothing, maybe they got rich off of a skill or a talent that they had, and they're still trying to be hood, they're still trying to be like they were in their neighborhood, they can't. Most of them do what? 9 out of 10 of them move out because the people that you're living around can't afford the same things that you have. Yes, I know that a vehicle is in my blind spot. Money changes you to the point where if you don't move out where you live at, you are a target, unfortunately. And that doesn't mean everybody in that neighborhood is a despicable or criminal person, but there's a few who are watching you. Money absolute changes you. It changes you sometimes, and it also puts you in arenas that you never knew that were possible. Because when you have a substantial amount of money, you start to visit and go places that you never thought you could before. And when you're in these places, because of your bankroll, because of your cash flow, you bump elbows, you run into people who have a certain level of success, a certain level of wealth. And then that taps into other opportunities, other avenues of even creating a different stream of cash flow, increasing your current cash flow, and also, believe it or not, the information. See, sometimes we get confused with someone if they sound intelligent. What's the difference between intelligence and informed? You get what I'm trying to say? Just because I have a vast knowledge of information does that mean I'm intelligent. Or intelligent means that because I can remember, contain, regurgitate, recall a certain amount of information, does that equal intelligence? Well, we throw into smart. What is smart? Is smart is the ability and skill to figure out difficult and complicated things, the ability to troubleshoot things and figure it out. But money changes you. Believe it or not, money changes you, because for people that money did not change, they will end up broke again. I hope you understand what I'm saying. When I look at a very volatile icon like 50 Cent, I love 50 Cent. I think he's great. Other than some of the rhetoric about, him beefing with rappers and all that, I am looking at 50 Cent not as a drug dealer, not as a rapper, but as a businessman. He did a lot of things early on that we didn't even know about, right? Did you know that Steve Jobs, when he sat down with 50 Cent, gave 50 Cent $150,000 simply to show in one of his videos that 50 Cent bought shares in Vitamin Water and sold them to Pepsi for $400 million. Also, did you know that 50 Cent tried to safeguard a lot of his money while he was going through what some people may call financial problems, but rich people don't even call going through bankruptcy a financial problem, because 50 Cent went through 2 bankruptcies, I believe. Donald Trump went through 2 or 3. Donald Trump is still a billionaire. 50 Cent is still a millionaire. They do this to safeguard their funds so they don't have amount of money and revenue. But you didn't have the opportunity to explore the business world. You didn't have the opportunity to elbow with higher intellectual or people who are well informed and have access to business lawyers and tycoons and investors and brokers. What you didn't have the opportunity, and you went off start to invest a large portion of your money with other people without the information. Do you think you'll still have that money today? No. I beg to differ. See, a lot of these people, Jay-Z, I'm talking about people who came up for nothing that we know of. There are icons that are still rich, like Sean Diddy. They have people in their corner that they trust with information. They have people in their corner that they trust to give them information to keep them rich. The people you see who were rich and now who are not doing so well, they're not informed. They didn't bump elbows in a higher echelons of wealth. They didn't. You see, this is what I love. And the reason why I'm pointing out 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and Sean Diddy is because it's one uniform, it's one set of clothing that you see them wear. And you see them wear without all the gold chains. The most they have on is an expensive watch. It's called a suit. Okay? Because money changes you. Money changes you to where you're like, how do I make more of this money so I can afford a bigger house, so I can afford better cars, so I can fly first class or even have my own jet? Because now you're in the highest of highs and you want to live the best life of luxury. If someone tells you, oh, no, I don't like to just fly on a private jet with some of my friends drinking Cristal, Moet, water, whatever your drink is, first class, everything is included. Like, who doesn't want luxury? Who doesn't want comfort? So whoever tells you, nah, I just want to be in coach, I want to be in economy, I want to be in economy plus, I want to be backed by the engines roaring by my ear, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying a great deal. Because let me tell you, money changes you. Before my 30s, I flew first class one time, and it changed me forever. And I said, well, how much money do I need to earn? How much money do I need to have to afford first class every time? And depending on where you're going, you're talking about first class, I'm thinking the cheapest you're going to find first class is like $2,800. And some of you like, nah, that's expensive. That's way too much. Let me tell you the difference between something that is expensive and something that is not. If you look at a price and you say that is expensive, then that means it's expensive to you because you don't make enough money to afford it. You get what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like the sense of You bought a Honda Accord. I bought a BMW 7 Series. You're crying about the payments and insurance. I'm putting premium gas in mine, driving everywhere, not worrying about it. These are very two vast analogies, two different vehicles, two different price points. Money changes you. It changed you to where I was riding economy, then I was riding the exit seat, then I was riding premium plus. Now I'm like, every now and again I can afford business and or first class. Money changes you, and if you don't get this right, I'm gonna keep pointing to your mind, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get this right, then you will never get your money right. If you don't contort, change, manipulate, meditate your mind to start focusing on how to increase your cash flow, because some of you don't increase your cash you're spending. You make more money, you spend more money. No. That's not the way it works. You earn more money, you begin to increase your cash flow of more money. Remember Biggie said, more money, more problems? That has a lot of truth to it. The amount, just in case of lawsuits. Because when people find out that you have a lot of money, they come after you for everything. Once they realize and recognize who you are, they come after you for your money, because money changes you. And guess what else it changes? Money changes people around you. It does. It simply does. If you don't think money changes you, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to set out on a quest of making $1 million. This is a quest, a journey, a trip to making $1 million. That means extreme saving. That means smart investing. That means involving your cash flow. Everybody around you see your money in your house, they know that you're a millionaire. If they learn